Hello and welcome to Real Estate Insights with Heritage Royal Homes, and I'm your humble host Vivian, and today we have another guest with us on this segment. His name is Wisdom. Welcome.
Thank you.
So today we are going to talk about an interesting topic, and it's called red flags first-time home buyers make. So Wisdom, let's dive headfirst into this topic because there are some things that a lot of people need to know that they don't know that is a red flag, but they need to know about it, especially first-time home buyers. So now, what are the common red flags that first-time home buyers ignore? The things that they might not know, but they are ignoring it. What are those things?
Thank you, Vivian. First of all, the excitement of land ownership, or I want to be a property owner, usually overwhelms some of the first-time buyers. So they forget to verify the true ownership of the land, which is very important. And secondly, they feel that because they have contacted somebody to get a land, they forget documentation. So you must not forget documentation, because without documentation, it means you don't have no land, you have no property.
Sure.
So, and at the same time, they forget to maybe to visit the land, or even tell the agent that is in charge that please show us a picture of the land, because they see a VAD or they see something, they believe that that is okay.
Okay, that's some common red flags. So let's take the next question. So still on red flags, what are some red flags that doesn't show up on paper, but they are the things that you need to pay attention to as regards sellers and developers?
Okay, as regards that, it's not everything that can show on paper, because they will not use camera to video the gallop. They will tell you that, okay, this land is at a Ekpe junction. Meanwhile, the land, you will climb one big hill, like the one I went last. So that is not funny. You are telling me that the land is at the Ekpe junction, or what you see on social media, you are seeing Ekpe junction. They will show you landmark and the. But my dear, it's not everything that is in that paper, or even the features of the estate. It's not everything they will put in that paper. Even when they are saying that, okay, the estate is a dry land, when you get there, it can be different. All right. So I'll always advise that outside paper, do your due diligence, visit the land.
True.
Visit the land. It's very important, because when you visit the land, you know whether the road is tied, whether the road is construction, whether in the next 300 years the road will not be constructed. It cannot be written on the paper.
Okay, still on that location matter, because you mentioned the inspection and all that. How important is location, like a site inspection? How important is it, and what are the things you need to look out for when you go visit a site?
Very important. Every first-time buyer must know this. The importance of site inspection is that I can go to any land and come and bring you and come and say, okay, come and buy. So, but when you get there, there are some little things you need to do. First of all, ask somebody a question. Does this land belong to this company? Because when you bring, the very first time a company goes to a place, or somebody goes to a place and asks, and bring somebody to come and clear that place, he has asked somebody a question within that axis. Okay? And talk of an estate, they must have asked some people question, find out the true ownership in that place, right where the land is.
The neighbors around.
Yes, the neighbors around, the community around. Have they been seeing these people passing? Because some of the real estate even have, but their buses are branded, their cars are branded. So ask question, ask something. And sometimes when you get there, if there is no gate, if there is nothing, be careful with those kind of things. Ask real-time question.
What about road network? Yes,
and at the same time, road network. Road network is very important. Like I said before, some road, the government doesn't even know that place. And I'm not even sure the government will know that place in the next 50 years. Okay. So if your projection is to build or establish that property, say in the next 20 years, and government doesn't know that place, and government cannot know that place in the next 50 years, what are you doing? First of all, you need to know that when you get there, you will see if actually people are buying properties around, if they have fences, because from estate they fence their property. So those things are very important. That is the reason why, as a property or as a first time you want to buy land, please don't stay in the office and make telephone call alone. Visit the
Visit
location
the
of the
land.
land. If you can't be there, send somebody.
Okay. And aside from what you just said, I think I need to add something. Also, billboards are very important.
Yes.
It makes people know that, okay, this is the people developing
In
this land.
land.
This
Yes.
is the name of the estate.
Exactly.
These are the things that are going on in this land. It gives the person more assurance.
Yes.
It's different when someone just takes you to a bush. But let me just mention it, a bush.
Yes.
And tell you, from this place to this place, we are the owner of the land.
Yes.
No markings,
Yes.
no fence,
Nothing.
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 I'm sure you're walking through a bush track.
Yes.
To get to that place.
Yes.
So I think these are also some things that people need to also look out for.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Wisdom. Okay, moving on. Talking about cheap land, because some people say that if the land is too cheap, it's scam. Okay, they want to just collect my money from me. So is cheap land genuine land, or are there some cheap land that actually make sense?
Well, there are cheap lands that actually make sense depending on what the situation behind the land.
Okay.
All right. Sometimes some land they want to sell them because they need the money urgently, maybe to bury a family member of that land, or they want to send somebody abroad. So something can prompt an action, all right, which can make a land sometimes to be cheaper. At the same time, location too determines the cost of land. All right. For instance, a land that is you cannot compare a plot of land they want to sell in Lekki and a plot of land they want to sell in Ekpe. The price varies, okay, according to location. So at the same time, cheap land, be careful with them, because for instance, I'm an agent, a genuine agent or a genuine realtor that takes you to a land. It's expecting questions from you, okay? But that one that just wants money can set up a price and take you to that place and say, okay, this is the land, please can you make payment? If you even want to try to say, okay, say you can form making even a call, an international call, I'm coming, before you know time has gone, say let's go. Before you know, you say wire. As you are wiring to hell. Because you will come back, there is no light. Tomorrow you want to come and do community, you say, who send you here? So you have to be careful. In as much as the land is cheap, be careful. Also ask questions. Also, let me just say that it depends on who you approach. Do you understand? Because if you approach a genuine real estate company, a lot of them has different lands. Some lands are cheap actually, right? We have lands that are actually cheap. Heritage has lands that are actually cheap, not because of anything, but because we just want everybody to afford to be able to buy a property, to be able to own a land.
Or maybe the word might not be cheap. The word might be affordable.
Yes.
Yes, something that you can actually, buy. It's not something that is beyond your reach.
Exactly.
Maybe say 500 million.
Yes.
It's beyond a lot of people's reach.
Yes.
But when you hear of land of, 3 million, 5 million.
Exactly.
There
are a lot of people that want to buy that are within that range. All right. Not everybody that is wealthy. When you look at the percentage of people that are actually wealthy and average people, the gap is much.
As much.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Wisdom. You actually dissected some things that I know the viewers will be interested to listen to.
Thank you.
Okay, so my last question before we wrap up is, what makes buyers rely on online information and social media ads? What's the mistake they make when they just rely on online information and ads?
We are in a digital age, but let me not say Africa, Nigeria in specific, we are still backward. All right. When you look at buying a land in places like UK, places like US, when you see their ad, all right, and you click on the ad takes you to a Google pin, and that Google pin shows you the exact land location and the picture, the video, every single thing, and the way you see that's the way it is. But this part of the world is not like that. You have to be careful. When you see an ad, when you see a social media campaign, please go to the site. Don't only rely on it, because social media is a campaign. It's an ad. I don't want to use the other word, but a campaign is something that I can sit down and formulate, program, bring pictures around and make it happen.
Okay.
But that is not the real thing. Reality is better than what you see or what you read on paper. You must go to the land.
Okay, so but it can start from the social media
Yes,
ads.
yes.
You
But
can,
sorry. There is a company that does something which I believe Heritage is going to that direction in due time. Where, all right, from our website, you can actually view your land, inspect your land from wherever you are, and the way you see it on that place, on that website, the way you see it, that's the way the land is. Yes. So I believe,
going digital.
yes, those are technologies that are coming into real estate, which I believe that if it is integrated, a lot of companies are now using it, and it helps. Because let me tell you the truth, some people don't have people here, but they want to invest, and they don't know how to get to that land. But if they have a clear visual asset that shows everything about that land, they're good to go.
Okay, thank you so much, Wisdom. So in general, it can start from online.
Yes.
The questions, the calls, verification, and all that. But most importantly, go by yourself to visit it. Thank you so much. We've learned a lot. I personally have learned a lot about red flags regarding buying of land, especially as a first-time home buyer. So guys, you've listened to Wisdom throw a lot of light on these red flags, and I hope you've taken note of a lot of them so you don't fall prey to these scammers. So if you want to learn much more about real estate and things you need to know and things you need to avoid, stay tuned to this channel. Please like, comment, and share for more insights. Stay blessed.